We found a primary that keeps up with the XM4.
Oh my god.
And of course I'm getting sniped from right here too.
You're just chasing. Is there an ammo?
You're losing ground. Moving. You have reinforcements inbound.
Right here. Found him. Another one on me. Ooh! Not you, baby.
Gosh dang! Gosh dang! That's right. We're gonna give you a primary as well as a great secondary. One of my favorites from Call of Duty 4 that they just put in with the Black Ops 6 integration. One of the best SMGs of all time. We're bringing you today a primary that's going to keep up with the XM4 on Resurgence map, as well as being able to use this thing on big map and in rank play. This thing hits like a dump truck and has a huge bag with great bullet velocity. We're going to dive into gameplay today, so you don't have to take my word for it. You're going to be able to see firsthand how this thing stands up with the X. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bearded, live from the Rum Bar on the Leviathan, the Marauders crew. Thank you for returning, and if you're new to the channel and you want to find your way back, the easiest thing to do is like, subscribe, and let me know if you found a better option for the XM4 down in the comments. Gosh dang! Gosh dang!
Sounds like he's from an old Western movie.
The primary that we're discussing today is the GPR 91. This thing feels like a Black Ops Warzone 1 gun. Yes, it feels like something straight out of that playbook, and I have been frying with this thing since rank play has come out. I enjoy the XM4. It's still really good, but this thing can keep up with it in almost every facet. And with a 60 round mag, this thing feels like it's never ending supply of ammo. The secondary that we're using is the CX9 or the OG MP5. This thing's been great in every iteration of Warzone and Call of Duty that's ever came out. It's my favorite SMG of all time. And the build that we have today is going to be great for close-up encounters, as well as being able to try to tackle that mid-range. But you don't have to take my word for it. We're going to have gameplay of today where you're going to see it in action, as well as at the end of the video, the recoil plot, as well as how both of these things do in the firing range with no
Down the hall, down the hall, down the hall. I'd put my dick.
The GPR 91, that's right, the GPR 91's attachments is going to maximize everything we need.
Have you ever heard of
Bullet velocity, high bullet velocity, low recoil, big mag, great damage range, low visual recoil. We're going to bang out these attachments. They're pretty straightforward. There's really not much explanation on here, but we're going to use the Jason Armory 2 times. Again, this is something where if you have a preference over some other optic, I encourage you to use it. We want to stay off the mini map. That's why we're putting muzzle suppressor on there. We want to stay off the mini map as much as possible. The recoil on this is pretty manageable. We're going to be able to use overkill with this. We're only using 5 attachments, so you're going to be able to get your meta AR as well as your meta SMG. The next attachment is the underbarrel, the vertical foregrip. Pretty straightforward. Just trying to maximize vertical recoil, which is pretty much what this thing has. And we're going to use the extended mag too, which is 60 rounds of ammo. The damage per mag is pretty good with this thing, where you can get 2 downs or maybe even 2 downs in a finish with 1 mag. The next up we have is the CX9.
Right, double. Oh no, they went down. They went down.
What we're trying to do is maximize mobility as recoil control, as well as having great ADS. Not trying to sacrifice that ADS for sprint fire time. So the attachments that we're going to do today are a little bit different than what everybody else is using, and I'll walk you through. The muzzle brake is essentially when you fire the SMG, it's the initial recoil. So it's incredibly important close encounter engagements that you hit your first shot. You usually hit your first shots, you're gonna hit the rest of your shots, and you're gonna win that gunfight. It's gonna be incredibly important, especially with this SMG, that we
but
get
still
those,
not
we
good,
land
you
those
know what I'm
first
saying?
couple of shots, because what you'll see is that
Once
you land those
behind
first
you,
couple of shots and
it's
this
like right
attachment's
here.
going to help you
Yeah,
with
but
that.
he's,
You're going to win that.
I don't know, bro.
You're going to use the reinforced
Weird.
barrel.
Like,
It's going to
he keeps
maximize
doing weird
damage
shit
range
like that.
as well as back bullet velocity. We're going to use extended mag 2, which is going to give 50 rounds. And the reason we're using this is that if we run into 1 or 2 players, we can make sure we down those guys and hopefully get a finish. Because the 40 round mag's great, but I always felt like I needed 2 more bullets in it. That's what this is. Infiltrator stock does everything the no stock does, but I feel like this does better without overcompensating with movement. Because that's what I figured out with the no stock. I know a lot of people use that, but I was overcompensating to manage the vertical movement back and forth. So this really kind of helps with that, but also giving you all the additives that
Yeah,
the
you're
no
welcome.
stock does. So it's just a little bit slower, where the no stock, I feel like I would overshoot my target. Last thing we're going to use is recoil springs to help with the recoil. That's pretty straightforward. So
He's got PDS.
Three squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
There's still one up there. You jump down. One's right here. I don't have ammo.
Still at the shack.
All I have is an SMG 3v3. Behind you, babe. Downed him.
You've made it to the top side.
They have a PDS.
That's gonna suck.
Incoming LDVR.
How can I not find ammo?
See ya!